Hey y'all, it's Hannah and welcome back to my channel, or hi, hello if you're new here. If you're new here, hi, hello and welcome. My name is Hannah. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out me and my YouTube channel for today's video. I'm really excited because I'm going to be doing a Peeps inspired makeup look. So if you want to achieve a really cute look for Easter that is super fun and colorful, then just keep on watching. It's a very simple look. This is super colorful, but pretty much anybody can do this at home. So I'm going to go into the Colourpop Yes Please palette first. I'm going to go inwards to outwards today, so I'm going to start in the inner part of the eye and then work to the outer half. So what I'm going to do with this palette is I'm going to take the shade of Mischief, which is just a really pretty yellow color. We're going to use this little brush today from Amazon. This is a flat kind of eyeshadow brush. I don't really know what type of brush this is because it doesn't have any writing on or anything. This is super old, but I'm just going to use this today. And what we're going to do is we're going to pack that yellow onto the brush. Now, Peeps are typically yellow, pink, and blue, and sometimes I've seen the purple ones. So we're going to incorporate the purple on the lower lash line. So what I'm going to do is just take this yellow, and I'm going to pack that right into the inner part of the eye, and we're going to drag it up to the crease. So don't be afraid to drag it up there to the crease and onto the lid, because this is a very simple eye look that pretty much anybody can do or achieve at home. So if you're not good with colorful shadow, this does have some blending in it, but for the most part, the colors that we're going to use today, they're pretty much going to fade into one another, so it's not going to be too difficult to do if you're just not very good with makeup, or if you're not very good with colorful shadows, but you want to do something kind of fun and festive for Easter. I also have a egg look coming up really soon. I love Easter. I've always loved Easter as a little girl. I just love the colors. I love the time of the year that it is because it's so warm and nice out. So what I'm going to do is just go into my shadow switcher and switch out that color before we go into the next one. Well, you can take a small detailed crease brush. This one's just from e.l.f. And what you can do with that really quickly before we go into any other color is you can kind of blend out the edge into the crease, just kind of make it fade a little bit better into the crease, so that way it's not as harsh. And I'm just using windshield wiper motions, but you can use whatever type of motion that you are comfortable with doing. And again, I'm going to go into that shadow switcher and switch out that shadow before we move on. So now that we have the yellow, now it's time for the pink. Random fact about me, I actually do not like Peeps, like, at all. I think they're really adorable, and I have tons of little merchandise and stuff with Peeps on it, but I actually do not like marshmallows. I detest marshmallows. They are absolutely disgusting to me. It's just a texture thing. So what I'm going to do now is go into the shade Electric. Electric's just a really pretty baby pink color. I wanted something that was a true baby pink, so that's why I'm using this. This is from the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. I don't think I mentioned that. So I'm just going to take that shade. Really, any baby pink shade that you have will work, and any yellow shade that you have will work. You probably could achieve this look with the James Charles palette. I know that's a palette that's pretty popular that everybody has. What I'm going to do is pack that right next to the yellow. And again, I'm just going to do the same thing where I'm like dragging it into the crease and just packing it onto the lid. Now, if it looks kind of sloppy, don't worry about that because we're going to fix that with blending and everything. Right now, you just want to worry about the placement. So it's okay if they overlap one another because that is what they're supposed to do for blending purposes. So don't freak out about that. Just take your time with this look. Don't get frustrated. You know, makeup's supposed to be a happy, joyful experience. So if you can't get this down pat the first time, practice makes perfect. But you just want to place that right into the crease and onto the lid. And this is just going to be a really cute Peeps look. Going back into that detailed crease brush from e.l.f., I'm just going to blend out these edges and blend this out into the crease, and you see how it just kind of fades into one another once we blend it out. That is the goal. That's what you want. You want this to look nice and soft and like it all flows and goes together. You don't want anything too harsh or, you know, too crazy or anything like that. You just want it to be nice and soft and springy, because after all, that's what Peeps represent, is spring and Easter. And also too, if you know, if you don't celebrate Easter, or if Easter is just not your thing, you can still totally wear this look, like, and not call it a Peeps look. You can still wear this look for spring. You don't have to do this specifically for Easter. In case I have anybody here on my channel that just for whatever personal reasoning don't celebrate Easter, that's fine. You can totally do this look for whatever holiday that you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate a holiday, you can still wear this look and just be super cute and springy. Alright, I'm going to go into my NYX. This is their Ultimate Brights eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take the blue shade in this palette, and this is going to be the blue. And we're going to pack her onto the outer part of the lid / crease area. So I'm going to show you again. We're just doing the same little stamping technique, nothing spectacular. So right where we have the empty space, that's where we're putting the blue. And this looks really bright, and it is super bright, but once it blends out, it's going to fade into that really pretty Peeps blue that we're all very familiar with. So don't freak out at home. Again, whatever shadows you have, you can make this totally work for whatever. I'm just using these palettes just because I didn't really want to use my Game Charles palette and bore y'all with like using the same palette for the same, you know, eye look or whatever. So I just wanted to spice it up. But you can use whatever, and you can also use whatever brushes you have. Just make sure it's tiny like this one and it's flat. So yeah, and I'm also super proud of myself because I washed all of my brushes last night. I'm trying to do better about washing my brushes. I can be super lazy when it comes to washing my brushes. I think all of us can be super lazy, but I specifically will own up. You know the drill. We're just going to blend out until our little hearts are content. And I have to say, I really, really like the way that this look looks. It looks super pretty, super springy. So see, once we get that blue blended out and kind of faded out, it looks like a nice blue. It looks like a nice little Peeps blue. So I love that. I'm kind of debating right now on what I should do for my face. What blush and all I want to use. I don't know. I'll figure that out when we get to that part. I feel like I'm going to do a pink lip though. But that's something that I like to do, is I like to do my eyeshadow first, and then once I get my shadow on, I'll kind of like figure out like what blush I want to use and what lip color I want to do and what highlight. So that's kind of like what I do whenever I sit here and blend out my shadows. I just kind of like think about what other products I want to use. I kind of just pick my products as I'm going. I don't pick out like a day before. I'm definitely a mood person when it comes to my makeup and my clothing. Like, I'm a mood dresser. I feel like I probably inherited that from my mom because she's definitely the same way. So I kind of feel like that like really, really rubbed off on me. So now that we have that blended out, I'm just going to curl my eyelashes with my e.l.f. eyelash curler. I had a hair in it. That was kind of weird. I don't know where that came from. Do y'all ever just have like random hairs that you'll find like in really random places? Because I totally do, and it's so weird. Like, it is just so bizarre. Like, my hair will just randomly fall out, and I'll find it in like little random places. And it's just so strange. I always find like eyelashes too, like not like my fake lashes, like my actual lashes. Like I'll find like lashes at random places. I don't know. I just leave little bits of my random pieces of DNA everywhere I go, and I just think it's so funny and so weird. But anyway, so we got them curled. Now I'm going to move on to mascara. I'm just going to go into the Nars Climax Extreme Mascara. because I haven't used this one in a couple of days, so probably should give her a good use. I've been testing out the e.l.f. mascara. I'm still a little hesitant to recommend that mascara. It doesn't flake, which is a good thing, but it really doesn't do anything that it claims to do. That is major false advertisement. It does not volumize your lashes or anything like that. That is totally false. So yeah, but I mean, if you need a mascara, it's not a bad mascara. I have other things that I like more, that I feel like is more accessible too, to go along with that, than the e.l.f. one. But hey, you know what? I'm not here to really judge your purchases. I mean, if you want to try it, but it's not really something that I think that's so life-changing that you need to try it. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you need to rush out to your local, Walmart, or order it off elf.com or anything like that. It's just not something that I think you need to, rush out and buy. But that's just my personal opinion. I used these in a couple of tutorials. I'm really sorry about that, but I just really like these. These are my Profusion. These are the iconic 3D False Mink lashes in the style of Darling. And they're just nice and wispy. And the reason that I picked these is because even though this is a colorful look, you can still wear this. I mean, honestly, I'm probably going to wear this on Easter just because I think it's really cute. I'm either going to do this or another look that I'm going to do really soon on my channel in the next couple of days. I might wear this one or this other look, but anyway. And for both of those looks, I'm using these lashes because they're wispy and they're dramatic, but they're not overly dramatic. So you can still wear these and they're still going to look super pretty. And I'm just going to use this little metal eyelash applicator to apply them and my Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive Glue. So we're going to move on to the rest of the complexion. So one of my subscribers, I believe it was Megan, I talked to a bunch of different of y'all down in the comment section. I love commenting back with y'all and just talking with y'all down there. It is so fun. She wanted to know some more things about the cooling primer, and I forgot to mention it or put my thoughts down below in the description box for Saturday's video. This is the one thing in Saturday's video that I can say wholeheartedly I would run out and I would go get. If anything, I would run out and go get this. This is the e.l.f. Mint Cooling Face Primer. Now this does have a very light vanilla mint scent, but I don't mind that because I love mint stuff. I love mint flavored stuff. I love mint scented things. Me and mint, we're two peas in a pod. So the e.l.f. Mint Cooling Primer, it does have a very cooling sensation on the skin. It is a gripping primer, and it's very similar to the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I would say that this one's a little bit better, just because this one doesn't cling onto patches. I sometimes get a dry patch right here on my cheek because I have to sleep with a CPAP, and sometimes the Milk Hydro Grip Primer will cling onto that dry patch. This one doesn't do that. So because of that, it has become my new favorite go-to primer. And you don't have to wait as long for this one to get tacky either. Because it gets tacky pretty much right on application, which the Milk Hydro Grip Primer is also very tacky at application too, but you kind of have to wait a while for it to really sink in and get super, super tacky, whereas with this one, I really don't have to do that. I do give my primers a good couple of seconds to sink into the skin, just because, that is what you're supposed to do, but other than that, though, I really like this primer. It does a really good job at clinging onto the skin, clinging onto the foundation, making sure that foundation lasts and it just really adheres to it. I like the fact, too, that it helps with the longevity of makeup while wearing a face mask. I tested this out yesterday grocery shopping, and it did a really good job. So far, I really like this primer. Alright, now I'm going to go into the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. This is very full coverage. And I really like this foundation. So I'm going to go into my e.l.f. complexion sponge. I might actually repurchase this foundation. I am in the shade Light Ivory. I actually think I need to probably go down a shade because I've been using this, or had this since early last summer, and I've been making it work. I'm trying to use it up because it's going to be expiring soon, but I probably do need to go down a shade because when I first ordered this, it was like the beginning of summer last year, and I was a little bit tanner than what I am now. So it's a little dark on me, just a little bit, but it's okay. It's not too noticeable, if you know what I'm saying. It's probably like a shade darker. But anyway, I do a lot of brightening with concealer. It's really hard to brighten yourself, but I make it work. So I'm just going to go into this with my e.l.f. complexion sponge. Alright, as you probably could tell, I had to go in with another pump of the foundation because I didn't have enough to do this side of my forehead, so I had to get that covered. So that way it would match the rest of my face, but so far, I think everything looks good. And as you can see, that primer, it just makes the foundation set really nicely onto the skin, and it just looks so good and just so flawless. Like, I absolutely love it. So, if you are in the market for a really good primer, then definitely check out this one. It does have a good cooling sensation as well. And it doesn't tingle, but it's just a cooling sensation. I've watched a couple of different people review this primer, and some have said that it tingled on their skin, but it doesn't tingle on mine. It just feels really nice and cool, and I love the smell. Like, I love the vanilla minty smell, and it smells like Thin Mints. One of my subscribers corrected me down below in the comments, and they were just kind of like, I think you're talking about Thin Mints, and I was like, that's the one. So, yeah, anyway, it does smell like Thin Mints, so that is a big bonus point. So, again, if you like minty things and you like primers, then I highly recommend checking out the e.l.f. one. Now I'm going to go into the L'Oreal. This is their Infallible Concealer, Fuller Concealer. I'm in the shade Eggshell, and I'm just going to go underneath my eye. I'm almost out of this concealer. I keep saying that in all my freaking tutorials, but this time I really mean it. And we'll move on to another concealer. I'm in the process of buying a couple of different products because that video where I tested out some new makeup products, that went over really, really nicely. I haven't gotten to thank y'all, but thank you so much. That was one of my quickest viewed videos here on my YouTube channel. Actually, my quickest viewed YouTube video ever was the Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star conspiracy palette video. And so I haven't really had a fast viewing video since that one, which I knew filming that, like, I knew that one was going to be pretty quick because everybody and their grandmama was excited about that. And listen, you know, there's a lot of controversy surrounding Jeffree Star. There's a lot of controversy surrounding Shane Dawson. You know, I don't use the palette on camera because it's discontinued, and I feel weird about using discontinued products. I feel weird using the products on camera with everything that's gone on. And, you know, there's two sides to every story. We can't deny the things that has happened or the things that, you know, some of these people have said, and how offensive they have been towards others. You know, last year was a hard year on so many different levels, but in a way, I'm thankful for 2020 because 2020 was the year that we had conversations and we talked about things, and we talked about things that before were so hard for us to talk about. And I think that's what kind of made everybody take off their blinders and pay more attention to where they spend their money and, you know, who they support and that type of thing. I'm trying not to get my video, like, taken down or anything, but, you know, I don't know. And I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I don't use his products on camera because I don't want to support racism of any kind, is nonetheless what I'm trying to say. I'm not supposed to say that word because of monetization, but yeah, anyway, this is like really hard to do YouTube and talk about things because there's like a whole laundry list of things that we can't say if you're monetized, and it's some of it I understand because it's triggering, but anyway, you know, I don't want to support that. I don't want to support that in any way, shape, or form. You know, everybody is beautiful, no matter how you were born, no matter how you look. You know, you are you, and that is a beautiful thing, and you should embrace that, and you should be proud of that. And I don't want to support someone that, you know, has said things, and I mean, we do all have a past, we do. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm Little Miss Perfect and that, you know, I've, you know, never done anything to offend someone. Because I'm sure I have. And I have made, you know, ignorant statements in the past. We all have. But there's a difference between when you want to learn from that and you want to learn from your mistakes and you don't want to repeat your mistakes. And there's a difference between you not wanting to learn and you not wanting to repeat those mistakes. And I just feel like some people on YouTube, not just the main two that I was talking about, but a bunch of other people, I feel like that's the difference with them. Certain ones is, you know, they're not open to changing, they're not open to realizing what they have done. I don't support cancel culture. I don't support, you know, being rude or anything like that, but I just generally just feel odd just using the products on camera just because I don't want to cause any type of controversy. I don't want to offend anybody. I want everybody to be happy and proud and love one another, and just, you know, I want my channel to be a safe, happy place. So because of that, I'm cautious about what I do. Now, do I watch people, you know, who still use those products? Yes, I do. I'm not going to hate you if you still use those products. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. You're free to spend your money how you want to, just as I'm free to spend my money the way that I want to. But, you know, we're just going to change the subject, and I'm just going to blend out my under eye concealer. Can we just take a moment for how good that under eye concealer looks? Like, oh my goodness, if you have not gotten the L'Oreal Infallible Fuller Concealer yet, you totally need to. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about it. You totally need to. I mean, it is full coverage, so bright, like, holy moly. I actually didn't even buy this concealer. It was actually something that a friend of mine decluttered from her collection. She couldn't use it anymore because it was a little bit too light on her, and then I got it, and then I wasn't too sure about it at first, but now I'm like, now I'm going to use my Tarte. This is the Smooth Operator finishing powder. This is just my favorite go-to setting powder. It sets this concealer really nicely. This is a really good combo. And I'm really hoping that I did not in any way, shape, or form rile anybody up in the comment section down below about anything that I just said in my little rant there. But, you know, just what I'm trying to mean by this is that, you know, I think people put people up on a pedestal too much, and they kind of like hold them to this perfect standards, and we're non-perfect. I'm not making up excuses for people who have done wrong or hurtful things. That's not what I was trying to mean by that. What I'm simply meaning is, you know, I guess I'm trying to say is, like, you can disagree with somebody, but if you're taking it to a point where you're sending them threatening messages or you're threatening them or that type of thing, that's uncalled for. That's what I was trying to mean by that. You know, you can silently not support someone and not have to be vocal about it, just like you can support someone and not be super vocal about it, too. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, you know, you don't always have to be so... But, by the way, this brush is from Up and Up from Target. But, I mean, you don't have to be so vocal and demanding, and you get what I'm saying? I think you get what I'm saying. I don't know. But, anyway, I'm just going to set my under eye in place. And I love how everybody here in my comment section is from all walks of life, and I just love that. I love building up this little community. I generally just love everybody. I was raised to love everybody. I was raised to, be friends with whoever. I was raised with the mentality that everybody needs a friend and that everybody deserves niceness and kindness in this world. Except my nose, because for whatever reason, my nose is like really oily today, which is really weird. Because my nose is like normally the only place besides that dry patch that I'm dry. But what is, my face is just a little bit weird today. Now I'm going to go into my LA Colors. This is just my white eyeliner pencil. Real quickly going to do the waterline. So as I was saying before I got distracted with the oil on my nose, I just love how we all just come on here on my channel and we're all just like one big community. I just love that. I love that everybody from all different walks of life is just here on my channel, just chilling, just vibing, just checking me out. And I think that is awesome because, I just want to be inclusive to everybody, no matter what. I truly believe that whoever you are, whatever, you identify as, you can have fun with makeup. Makeup has no rules, makeup has no boundaries, makeup knows no gender, none of that. You can totally just have fun and just play with color, because that's what I love to do. That's what I love to do here on my channel. I love to just express myself with makeup. It's kind of like my calming escape from reality. I suffer from anxiety and everything, so it just kind of like helps with my anxiety. So that's why I like to do makeup. It's one of the many, many reasons why I like to do makeup. I'm going to do a video really soon here on my channel about what makeup means to me. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I'm really excited to do that for y'all. So now I get to have the fun of looking for the brushes that I need. Because it's always fun when you have like a ton of brushes like on your desk and you can't find the one that you need or the one that you're looking for. So I found the two that I need. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to smudge purple onto the lower lash line to represent the purple Peeps. And a funny thing too that I just learned a couple of days ago is each Peep is like, or the color, they're supposed to be like a different flavor. Which is really strange because I had only ever tried the yellow Peeps. The one time that I tried yellow Peeps, or tried Peeps, I tried the yellow ones. I'm just going to take the purple from the NYX palette because I don't feel like digging out another palette because I'm kind of lazy. So I'm just going to use this one. But anyway, the Peep that I tried, it was yellow and it tasted plain and it just tasted like a disgusting marshmallow. So I'm almost tempted, and now that I just learned that on my phone. By the way, I'm using the small precision brush to apply this to the under eye. But I just learned that on my phone a couple minutes ago on Google that each sugar is like supposed to be like a different flavor, although it didn't specify what colors are supposed to be what flavors. So do the purple ones, do they taste like grape? Do they taste, let's see, what would purple taste like? It's probably the only thing that I can associate purple tasting like would be grapes. So does it taste like a grape flavor? Then that's also kind of low-key nasty. Who would want to eat a grape-flavored marshmallow? Really, who in their right mind would really want to eat a marshmallow? But who would want to eat a grape-flavored marshmallow? And do the blue ones, do they taste like blue raspberry? Because if they do, I'm sold. But I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments if I have any Peeps flavors. I'm sure I do. Let me know if that's true, that each flavor or each color, they're like a different flavor. Because now I'm kind of curious. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to like, there's like a dollar store down the road from my house. So now I'm kind of tempted, like after I film this, to go and get Peeps. And like all different colors, because I have like all the different colors and see if that's true, if they're all like different flavors. I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of like interesting. So we're going to move on. And I want something really popping in the inner corner, like, just really shimmery because this is matte. And I don't typically do an all matte shadow look. I typically do, you know, like matte in the crease, in the outer corner, and then like a little sparkle. But we're doing things very different today with my shadows. So I'm going to go into my Makeup Revolution Sophie X highlighter palette. I am currently saving up my money, and I'm going to be ordering a bunch of stuff from Makeup Revolution to test out on my YouTube channel. I was going to order it from Ulta because I have an Ulta gift card from Christmas that I still haven't used. The Ulta it doesn't look like online that they have some of the products that I want to get from Makeup Revolution and try. So I'm just going to order it all off the Makeup Revolution website instead. But I'm just going to take this onto a tiny little lip brush and pop this into the inner corner. And I'm just using the white shade in the highlight palette. They're all named, but I don't know the names because I don't have the little sheet thing anymore. And if you do not know who Sophie is, she is a YouTuber, and she does a lot of makeup content on her channel. And back in the day, she used to do collaborations with Makeup Revolution. She was actually one of the people. Actually, no, she is the person that got me into Makeup Revolution because I've always really liked her in her channel, and she would always talk about Makeup Revolution on her channel because she was one of their influencers, or like one of their people, I guess you could say. So she has done a ton of products with them in the past, and she would just always use their products on her channel. Like, she still uses their products on her channel, but her channel was primarily focused on Makeup Revolution, and she always talked about, like, the best, and still does, like, the best drugstore products. Like, all of my drugstore recommendations come from her, because your girl over here is balling on a budget. I don't always have lots of money to go to Sephora and spend, so it is really nice to, even for myself, to know what products are good and what products aren't. So if you like my content, I feel like you would really like Sophie's content as well. If you haven't checked her out already, you totally should. Now I'm going to go into my Nars Climax Extreme Mascara on the lower lashes, and then we'll be done with the lower lash line area. And I don't think that I'm going to have any, like, speak clips hardly in this video, so that's going to be kind of cool. I'm trying to talk more with y'all as I do my makeup, because I've been noticing that smaller beauty channels are really doing the best right now here on YouTube that they've ever done, because everybody's just so fed up with the BS from all of the bigger creators, and I myself am like really fed up with it. Like, I mean, again, we shouldn't hold these people on their pedestal or anything like that, but sometimes you just get tired of people just being involved in drama and all that kind of stuff. So, and plus too, it's really hard to relate to a bigger content creator, like, you know, because I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, and you're proud of them and everything, but they, you know, live in like a really big house, and a lot of them live in LA, and they do like really cool things. They don't really do like basic things like me or you know, like go grocery shopping or that type of thing. So, you know, I'm trying to be more talkative and kind of like show y'all like, hey, I'm relatable. So, anyway, now we're going to move on to the rest of the face. So listen, I dropped this bronzer the other day, and then it shattered again, and then I had to repress it again, and I don't know what I did to it this time, but it actually is decent. So I'm thinking the first time that I had to repress this bronzer, because this is the Maybeline Steady Bronzer in the shade 100, and the first time that okay, so when I ordered this bronzer, the first time that I had to put it back together, it actually came shattered. Like, completely shattered in the pan, and I ordered this off of Walmart.com around the summer, when everything with the pandemic was still going crazy, but everything opened up, and I personally think that we opened up way too soon, but, and I didn't want to go to Walmart and actually return this, so I was just like, I'll just repress it, and if it works, great, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm going to take this onto the big fluffy brush, but I was just kind of like, if it works, great, if it doesn't, whatever. And I didn't know for a long time if it was the actual product or if I somehow diluted it with alcohol when I was fixing it, but it was very, very patchy. But now she applies beautiful on the skin and gives me a beautiful bronze. So if you have very fair skin, the shade 100 is not too orange. Like, if you're very pale, like, I'm pale, but I'm not, like, super pale. But if you're, like, pale, like, if you're one of those people that really struggles to find bronzers, I have a friend like this, and I have a cousin like this, too. Like, they're so pale that every bronzer that they try just looks too orange and too muddy on them. This is one of the few that doesn't. I would say get this one. Benefit Hula Light. That's a really good one. It's a little bit too light on me, so I didn't personally care for it when I swatched it, but it seemed like it would be a really nice formula for someone super fair. The Milani Bronzer, my 01 Sunlight, that one would be a good one probably for you if you're super fair, because it's not super orange either. I don't really personally like a super orange muddy looking bronzer. That's just personally me. Fenty Beauty has a whole line and range of bronzers for all different skin tones and undertones. I love Fenty Beauty because of how catering they are to all of the skin tones out there. So, because there truly is like so many different, undertones and things like that. So they really do cater to that. So they have bronzers out there that aren't too orange or too muddy. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, finding a bronzer that will work for you is a little bit easier than what you think it is. And I personally like bronzers so much that it has become one of those things that I don't mind dropping $20 or $30 on it if it's a good bronzer, if it's a good formula. I like makeup and I have the money at the time, I'll buy it. I'll try it. I don't care. I just really like bronzers. It's my goal in life to have like a really big drawer of bronzers, and I'm slowly getting there. And my mom the other day, when I was putting away all of the new products that I had tested out in that video, she was like, "What are you going to do with all these bronzers?" And I was like, "I'm going to wear them. I'm going to be happy," because I've literally got like a drawer full back here behind me, and I don't care because I love them. They're my babies, and I just love a good bronzed moment. Speaking of dropping things, I actually dropped this the other day, and I had a heart failure because I was like, oh my gosh, I just broke it. But I actually didn't break it. I did break it, but I didn't break the product itself. I broke the packaging, so it doesn't have the little push button anymore that you have to like push to open it. So it's really hard to open now because it doesn't have that, so I have to like dig my finger in there to open it. But this is just my Physicians Formula Butter Blush. This is in the shade Natural Glow. And it's just a really pretty blush. A subscriber of mine actually sent this to me because me and her were talking over on Twitter, and I was telling her about a couple of things that I wanted to try, and she surprised me with this last year, so I thought that was really sweet. So I really like this blush, and I'm just going to be applying this with this blush brush that I got off of eBay. eBay has some really good brushes. Like some really good blushes, and this is just a nice kind of a soft peachy pink sort of shade, I guess. It's not like a true pink or a true peach. It's more of like a cool toned pink. But anyway, I'm just going to use this onto the apple of my cheek, and I'm going to take my blush. I'm going to try my blush today like how I used to do my blush before I was doing it like up here, just to kind of compare and see what I prefer better. And I think I prefer my other way that I've been doing it a lot better to my old way. But, it's okay every now and again to try your old techniques just to see, like, if you truly miss them. And I can say for 100% I don't miss my old technique. I like my new technique that I've been doing with my blush because, yeah, this just makes my face look kind of narrow. And when I do my blush a little bit higher, it just makes it look a little bit more, makes my cheek look a little bit more lifted. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not really here for that blush placement that I used to do. I like my newer blush placement that I do now, but You know, there was nothing wrong with it back then or now, but I just like the way that I had been doing it. So now I know that I really do prefer that method, so I'm going to keep doing it. Now I'm going to go into my Colourpop. This is the Flexitarian Highlighter, and I'm just going to be applying this to the high points of my cheekbones. And I actually went online on Colourpop last night because I was going to order this for a friend, just to try, but I couldn't find it. Well, I could find it, but it was out of stock. So what I do with this product is, this is a strange formula because it's like a cream consistency, but it's like got a powder finish to it, and it's not like a true cream. It's like a weird hybrid between a cream and a powder. But anyway, I'm just going to be applying this, just dotting this onto my cheekbone like so. And don't worry, we're going to blend it out. It's going to be fine. I'm going to do the same thing onto the other cheek really quickly. This is just a really pretty, bold, glowy highlighter. I freaking love this highlight. This is like probably one of my favorite things that I purchased because of TikTok. Like, I actually purchased this this highlighter because of TikTok, this particular shade. I was gonna get lunch money, but then I saw Michaela Nagera, I think how I say that, over on TikTok, and she was talking about this highlight and how much she liked it. So I was like, she's a queen, so if she loves it, then I'm gonna love it. So I'm just going to use my e.l.f. sponge to blend that out. What I do is I just pinch it like that, and then I'll just go over the top of it with my sponge, and it'll just blend it out. So, as you can see, it's all blended, and it's not like a big streak of color. When I first got this product, I didn't really know how to use it, because I've never owned any of the Colourpop Super Shock formula stuff. I've only ever owned like their powders or their palettes that are powders. I've never owned like that formulation before, so I didn't know like how to work with it. But now I do, and I love it. It is just so beautiful on the skin. It just gives you such a beautiful, healthy glow. Last but certainly not least, I'm going to go into my Anastasia liquid lipstick in the shade Crush. This is just a really pretty nude pink color, and it's going to go perfect with this eye look today, so that's why I chose it. Alrighty, y'all, so this is the completed Peeps look right here, or Peeps inspired look. I really hope you all did enjoy this video. This is a super pretty, colorful look that you can totally wear for Easter, for whatever your plans may be, depending on your state and everything like that. I know this is nowhere close to Easter, but I do hope whatever you're doing this year, you're staying safe and you don't completely let your guard down. Yes, there is a vaccine out. Yes, more and more people are getting vaccinated. However, and that is a great thing, and I do believe that we are at, nearing the end. We're not at the end, but we're nearing the end. But I'm just encouraging you all, stay safe, stay healthy, don't let your guard down. You can have fun, but just have fun with caution, Don't be super crazy or do anything really dumb, or, risk your health or risk anybody else's health, because, COVID is nothing that you want to play with. I have several family members that unfortunately has passed away with COVID, so it's just not something fun to, have to deal with and have to, don't take it lightly. Take it very, very seriously. Take all precautions possible. I know it's frustrating. We've been into it for a year, but, we're going to get out of it. I don't know when, I don't know how, but we're going to get out of it. We're going to, get on top of this, and we're going to all, pull through it. And it's going to take teamwork, and it's going to take effort. So, yeah, but I really hope that you all did enjoy this look, because I had a lot of fun creating it. I love the eye look. I love the lip color. I love the highlight. Like, the highlight in the eyes are probably like my favorite thing, because I just really like Colourpop, and I just really liked their Super Shock highlighter formula. So, yeah, I really hope that you all did enjoy this video. Come back on Saturday, because I'm going to be doing a peach-colored inspired look. I don't have a peach-colored lipstick, so don't know what we're going to do about the lips, but I am going to do a peach-inspired eye look because I found the palette that I've been wanting to use in a tutorial for a peach eye look, and so we're going to use that palette. I'm really excited, so come back for Saturday because it's going to be really, really fun. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button while you're down there as well, because I am here for you with new videos every Thursday, Saturdays, Mondays, and Tuesdays at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. You can also give me a follow over on my social media handles as well. It is a great way to keep up with me, great way to keep tabs on me, a great way to keep a lookout when I do post and upload new videos. And so, yeah, I will see you all in Saturday's peach tutorial. Bye, my little Hannah corn.